What is up, everybody? In today's video, I'm just going to be putting you guys on to the best class setups, the best settings, and just ways to become a lot better at the game. I'm getting, like, in-depth to all my settings, all my class setups I will be using, class setups I'll be using when ranked play comes out, all kinds of shit. But before we get into it, let's show a few clips.
Payback.
I can't bitch.
Get into my sniping class setups and settings. First off, we got the KV inhibitor. I use the Check 40 barrel. I use the FSS OLE laser. The wood stock, aka the first one. And the broadside factory road grip. And then for the underbarrel, I'm going to throw on this for aim down sight speed. And then for the longbow, I use the FSS OLE laser, no stock, Nauts, 23 grip, 10 round mag, and the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop. But if you guys want and don't want to get any hit markers, I am actually going to be changing this actually as of this video. I'm going to be using the high grain rounds for damage range and bullet velocity. Just so I don't get as many hit markers. I see some people take off this wheel grip. Or them, no, not the wheel grip. I see people take off the mag and put on the bolt. You can do that, but I feel like it already has quite a bit of good rechambling speed. Then we got the ZRG, aka the Cat AMR. I used the 24-inch short barrel, the FSS OLE laser, the tactical stock pad, the Phantom grip, and the Cornerstone biopod. A lot of people ask why I put this on. I put this one on because it makes your aim down sight speed a tiny bit quicker. And something I do see people doing is taking off the grip and putting on the bolt. Completely up to you if you want to do that. I personally don't. Sometimes I do, just depends if I'm playing respawn, but I am a search and destroy main sniper. And that is all of the sniping class setups. Let's get right into my settings. Now for my settings, let's start with the controller, the best of them all. I do play on stick and move, flipped, and I do play claw. I don't really know why I use stick and move. It's just what I got used to. I also flip my L1 and R1. So I shoot with L1, R1, and I throw my lethals and tacticals with L2 and R2. Everything else is pretty normal. Controller vibration, I can't play with my controller vibrating my hand. Trigger effects off. Dead zone is all personal preference. So like I have a few, I have quite a bit of stick drift on my right stick, so I'll play on a .10. But in this card, I could go all the way down to .0, and it doesn't drift like MW2. But I still play on .10. I play 1818, 1.0, 1.0 sensitivity multipliers. All of this is default. And then I play linear. And then, you know, sensitivity, I don't got that on. And then I play precision. Now, this does change from time to time. This is my respawn settings. If I'm playing a respawn game mode. But if I'm playing search and destroy, I play 2020, 1.10, and then I take linear and I put it on dynamic, and then sometimes I play default, sometimes I play precision. So it just really depends on the day. But respawn 1818 1.0 linear precision, search and destroy 2020 1.10 dynamic default. That's most of the time I use some. I've been trying precision even on search. I don't know how to feel about it yet. I'll update y'all later on about how I feel about that. Automatic text when gotta have that on. Auto move forward, gotta have that on. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You can see pretty self-explanatory. Most of this shit is default, but just slow the video down. Graphics, I have on-demand texture streaming off, which I don't really see a difference between that. Word motion blur, rapid motion blur off. You don't want having motion blur on. Film grain, you want film grain off. You do not want your game to look like all kinds of grainy. Depth of field, I turn it off. I don't even know how to say that. I'm not gonna even attempt it, cause I'm a butcher pretty bad. But I have it on and I put it all the way up. Eco mode preset. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I have it off. Field of view, 120 of course, 120. Um, least, you want this least. You don't want your camera all shaky. I don't really change my invert flashbang. Brightness, I play 50. Safe area, I have it all the way in. Audio, this is the best, or actually, I can't even say this is the best because I haven't really changed my audio settings. But this is I will say, I can hear footsteps on console really good, so this is the best console audio settings. Um, pretty self-explanatory. I don't know what mono audio is. Um, so I'm gonna keep it off. Juggernaut music off. Um, pretty self-explanatory. I have this off so I can hear footsteps even when I shoot people. Interfaced, pretty self-explanatory. This is the color customization that I use. Um, this is my color customization. Minimap shape, square, of course, you do not want circle. Why do you want your minimap to be circle when you can see less stuff? And when it's square, you can see more stuff. So why would you want to do that? So I have static on. I've heard different stuff about this. I've heard people tell me to turn it on. I've heard people say center dot on. I don't put none of that stuff on though. And that's my interface though. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I have my server latency where it shows at the top left. I have it off. I have my packet loss off, my clock off, my connection meter all off. Just because when I post clips, it looks more cleaner. Why's my cosplay off? That's a good fucking question. Okay, well I gotta turn that back on as soon as I get done with this video. But everything else is pretty self-explanatory. None of this really matters. But that is my sniping settings and sniping class setups. Gunning class setups. And before y'all start thinking, why are we getting class setups from someone who snipes? This dude probably doesn't even know about red gunning. I am going to be using these class setups when ranked play comes out. But on top of that, these are CDL Pro class setups. So first off, we have Scump's MCW class setup. This is what Scump is using. And just so y'all know, y'all can take advice from me because these are CDL Pro class setups. But we got Scump's MCW. This is just the all-around AR class setups. Pretty much is Scump's. Next up, we have another version of the MCW. This is Selim's MCW class setup. This is mainly for recoil control. This is just mainly no recoil class setup at all, okay? But this is Selim's MCW class setup. Next up, we got the Holiger 556, okay? And before we get into this gun is broken. Some tournaments and CMGs are already banning this gun. This gun is already getting banned. So before y'all whip this out, if y'all playing any type of checkmates, CMGs, wagers, make sure this gun isn't banned before you whip it out. But this is Dashy's Hogler, I can't pronounce that name. 556 class setup though. This is an all-around class setup. And this is Dashy's class setup. Dashy, Sim. Next up we have Ghosty's Hogger 556 class setup. This is what Ghosty has been using for this AR. And I'm gonna say this one last time. before you whip it out. Some CMGs and Rages are already banning this gun, so be careful before you pull it out and start going crazy. It might be banned. But that's what's his name's Ghostie's class setup. Next up we got Shotzi's Wasp 9 class setup, and I mean Shotzi makes any gun look good. But this is Shotzi's SMG class setup that he has been using as of recently. It's the Wasp 9. So get all your screenshots here if you guys want this class setup. It's an absolute banger. I've used these class setups myself too. I don't got all of them leveled up, but I took them in private matches and tested them. And these class setups are really good. Next up, we have Simp's Striker 9 class setup. This is what Simp is using. Simp is using this class setup right here, Striker 9 for SMG. Like I said, it is broken. I haven't really got to use this one in public matches, but I'm excited to try it. But I will be, like I said, I tested them in private matches, and I will be using these when ranked play comes out. And I would love to maybe even do some CMGs if I can. So these are the class setups I will be using when I'm playing Reg Gunning. Next up, and lastly, we have ABZ Rival 9 class setup. Boom. This is his class setup. This class setup is a SMG that you just want to get in the person's face and bang, and you feel me? You just want to get in the person's face with this class setup and you know, get the job done. This is a really good SMG here that I recommend using very, very much. Like I said, this class setup is really good. And that's all the class setups. Let's get into the Reg Gun Settings. I don't know why it's all the way at 18. This is from my sniping sense, but I use 6.6, 1.0, dynamic, and default. So I use 6.6, 1.0, dynamic, default, and everything else the same. My audio settings, my color customization. One thing that I am going to be doing though with my FOV is, I don't know if this hasn't been proven yet, but I always play on 105 FOV when I'm playing ranked play and Reg Gunning and trying to like go competitive with the Reg Gunning. I always use 105 FOV just for more aim assist. If y'all don't already know, 120 does make you lose some aim assist when Reg Gunning. But that is my settings. That is my sniping settings. That's my Reg Gun settings. That's my class setups that I be using. And that's everything that I have that I've been using so far, or I am going to be using in the future even. These are my settings. Everything you guys really need. Let me know if you guys want a movement guide next video. If so, I will do a movement guide. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I have got some nasty movement clips last night, and I'm thinking about doing a movement guide video, so let me know. But if y'all did enjoy the video, please drop a like and sub. We're going hard with the banger videos, all MW3. But anyway, it's your boy Coda Fags, and we're out. See y'all later.